Howdy, folks. I'm going to do a very, very sad song. It's by Sovine from many, many years ago in the 50s and the 60s. It's been a favorite of mine for many years. Lots of you have never heard this tune, and you can certainly identify with it, though, when you think of people that we all know, somebody who's lost a little girl or a little boy, or an older girl or an older boy, or husband and wife, grandma and grandpa. But this is about a little girl, and her name is Rosa. It goes like this here. Little Rosa was her name, and still I cry in vain. My world won't be the same since she's gone from me. I had gone to visit the grave of a friend of mine, and as I walked through the graveyard, I noticed this man kneeling down by the grave of a child. And in his hand he held a big red rose, and tears were streaming down his cheeks. I walked on over and laid a hand on his shoulder and started to talk to him. And during our conversation, and in his broken English, this is his story, just as he told it to me. He said, "Mister, I'm walking down to the street today, and I pass by a big flower shop. And I walk into the shop, and I said, 'Boss, how much for one red rose?' And he looked at me with one big frown. He said, $1, please." But then, by and by, a swell-dressed blonde young lady come in, and she said, "How much for one red rose?" And he looked at her with one big smile, and he said, 10 cents. And I said, "Boss, how come you charge me $1 for the rose, and the young lady only 10 cents?" And he said, "Look, mister, you telling me why you wanted the rose, and maybe I give it to you for naught." I said, "Boss, I'm a hard-working man. I work under the railroad, and I only make $3 a day. And I have a little girl, and her name is Rosa. Rosa's just about this high, boss. Every day when I come home from work, little Rosa come to meet her papa, and she'd throw her little arms around my neck, and she'd say, 'Papa,' and I'd say, 'Rosa.' But then one day I come home from work, and I don't see Rosa. And I look down by the railroad track, and I see one big crowd. And I go down and I push the crowd this way, and I push the crowd that way. And there, boss, at my feet lay my little Rosa. And so you see, boss, that's why I wanted the rose to place on my little Rosa's grave. But the man, he don't say not, but he pick out the biggest and the reddest rose, and he give it to me. And I say, "Thank you, boss. Thank you very much." And though she's gone, you see, she's still the world to me. To me, she'll always be little girl of mine. Well, I come from Rush Lake, and we had the train tracks go right through the main line. We used to go down and watch the steamers back in the late 50s, switching and all that, and you know, I could just picture this song and what happened. Anyway, folks, we all know people like that have had this trial, and you know, we can give them our comfort and all the love that we can and the understanding, and perhaps someday, hopefully, they will meet the loved ones that have passed away. That's our hope. So I hope you enjoy this tune, folks, and have a great evening.